everyone, and welcome to Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. I have the entire team here. Kara, Darcy, hello.
Hello.
And we are so thrilled to welcome our team coach, Nancy Clark, to the conversation. Hello, Nancy.
Hello. Exciting to be here with you guys.
We are so excited to have you here. We are talking today about team coaching, and so we thought it would be helpful to have our team coach to talk about the conversation, to be part of that conversation as well. So, Nancy, I'm going to turn it over to you first. Give us a little bit of an overview of what team coaching is and how it's different from individual coaching.
So the biggest difference between the two is that really, when you think about team coaching, you're really coaching the relationship that exists between the team members. So I always say it's like you're trying to figure out what's that personality of the team, and you're really trying to coach to that as opposed to any one individual person. So it's really about the team relationship. That's the client, and not any one of you. So that's really the biggest difference between team coaching and individual coaching.
So I'm gonna nerd out with you, Nancy, because
perfect. I love it.
Well, that's full disclosure. Nancy and I went through the same team coaching program as Darcy did as well. Yeah. And there really is that idea of the team is its own system, it's its own entity. It's not, I think when people hear about team coaching, it's like, okay, well, you're mediating or you're going to decide which side is better. And it really is about looking at the team as a whole and assessing the energy of the group as opposed to each of the individuals.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the things I'll highlight is that in individual coaching, the client is the expert. And as the coach, you ask questions and work to create new awareness and help them identify what they need to do to move forward. It's the same thing with the team, but the team is the expert, right? They're the ones that hold the wisdom and the answer. So it's very different than facilitation or consulting or training in that way.
Yeah, and I always say really the thing that the coach brings is that sometimes we have a tool that might help that agenda that you want to bring forward, just help to reveal something or help to move it forward. But it's really about what the team wants to work on because they know. So that it makes it very exciting that way.
So Darcy, I want to have you speak to why you decided to bring Nancy in to work with our team for team coaching. One might say, you're a team coach, Darcy. You're the owner of the business. You coach other teams. Why the heck would our team need a team coach?
It's such a great question, and for a couple of reasons. One is because I am a team coach, I see that it works. When I come into an organization and work with a team in a coaching capacity, there is a safe space created for things to be said that otherwise oftentimes aren't said. And I see that, and I see the value of how it helps that team to be more effective and high performing. So I wanted that for us. And Kara is newer to our team. She's joined our team in the last 6 months. And so for us to design our alliance and how we're going to work together. In addition, it helps me to be in the client seat, and it gives me greater access to empathy for how it can be hard to talk about what you want to be different in the team and what's not working and what is working. And a lot of times we do a great job in our team of strategic planning. We've got our weekly meeting every week and we focus on execution and our goals. This is an intentional space with Nancy to look at who we are as people and how we're interacting and communicating with each other as we're doing the work of our company.
And Kara, let me turn to you. When Darcy shared with us that she was looking to do team coaching, what did you think?
Yeah, a couple of thoughts. This has been an extremely busy year and there's lots of things happening all the time. So my first thought was, we don't have time for coaching. And I was thinking, well, things are good enough. And we've like, it's not like there's anything wrong on the team. So why are we taking time? We've got so much to do. So that was one thought. The second thought was more focused on like, man, there must be, like, maybe there's things nobody's saying, like maybe this is where we're going to go in and really dig into all the pain points of our team, and this is going to be really hard and heavy. And I think I expected that team coaching was always about fixing problems, and it's always going to be focused on conflict. And I couldn't have been, I mean, maybe that's, relevant sometimes, but it's really more about creating awareness for the current state, whatever it may be. So for example, there's been a number of neutral things that have come up that just sort of reflect the way that Darcy is or thinks, or the way that Jill, approaches this particular task we have. And when I hear them speak about it, it gives me so much more awareness to how I can better collaborate and partner. And none of it has to do with conflict. It doesn't have to do with, digging into I don't know, underlying things. Like, it's not all heavy, and it's there's just been so much good awareness that was just as a result of getting to know each other better and creating space for that, instead of being like, like we were talking, like from project to project, and when things are busy, it's so easy to gloss over the relationship building. And this is very intentional time built for that I just see the benefits constantly now that we've done it.
Go ahead, Darcy.
Can I build on that with a story? I think it might have been our second team coaching session. So we have sessions with Nancy every month. And I don't remember exactly how the details, so I'm going to say it wrong. But the gist of it was that I came in, we've had an intense year. We published the book. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. And I made a comment about how I was just feeling, just kind of overwhelmed, and like the pace is really intense, but I really want to work hard because you guys are working hard. And so I need to make sure that I'm working hard and don't like shut the computer down at 5 and don't work on weekends. And then it was like this new awareness, because I think it might've been Kara that first jumped in and said, oh my gosh, well, I'm working hard because I see you working so hard and I don't want to let you down. And it was this like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's such a good example of that wisdom in the system, right? That it wasn't one individual, but by finding that time for team coaching, there's no conflict here. But I remember that meeting, that session, and it was a huge shift after that of, okay, I don't think anybody could have named on the team that we're having this feeling like everybody needs to outwork everybody, or everybody needs to meet up. And after that, we were just able to put language to it of like, oh, okay, we can take a breath here. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I remember that, Darcy, and I remember thinking what I loved about this team is, one, you found the humor in it too, that it's like, and during this super intense, time, you were like, oh my God, we're creating like our own hurricane, and ha ha ha, and wow. So what do we do different? Like, how do we, kind of clue each other in as to when that's happening? So it was like, it's just such a great and fun reveal. And it's not like I knew that coming in, right? It's not like I know exactly how to, right? It's so that was
That's
fun.
a good point, Nancy, because your role as a team coach is hard, because you're not coming in with an agenda and a curriculum. You coach what shows up and create that space for that awareness. That was so powerful. And again, I don't think, had we not hit the pause button to be in this team coaching, that would have come up. I just got back from a week vacation. I've gone with my family to this family camp for every year for 12 years. And this is the first year that I unplugged and didn't work. I have never not worked on vacation. I would not have done that had we not had this realization in the team coaching, and had I not seen, like, I'm setting the standard in the culture. And if I want them to go unplug and recharge, and Jill really pushed me before I left when I said, I think I'll check email twice a day. And she really pushed me, and she said, Darcy, our team is better when you're recharged. And so we designed our vacation alliance, Jill and Kira and I, that I will check my texts, and if something needs addressing, that you'll text me. And in the entire 7 days I was gone, I got one text. It was heaven.
That's
and
awesome.
We're all still here.
Yeah, we didn't shut down. We didn't go bankrupt. Imagine that.
Yeah, the world's still spinning.
Nancy, I have to ask you, because I know as a coach, it's always different when you are coaching coaches, and it's always a little bit different. As I know this team coaching experience has been different ever since I got my team certification. I know people out there are going to be curious, what's it like to coach Darcy Loma and Darcy Loma's team?
Oh, well, I could probably be quippy, right, Darce, because we've been friends for a while.
That's what I love about you.
But honestly, it's awesome because, like you had said before, what I absolutely cherish about you is that you will walk the talk, and so it's both refreshing, it's challenging, always a little intimidating because, you're like, oh gosh, what are they, is Jill thinking back to that third session that I know that she knows what that tool is? Am I doing the tool right? And, but what, when we entered our contract, right, our alliance, what I loved is that I'd said, Darce, I also want to be able to learn from you and your team and that experience. So to me, it's just been awesome. It's a great learning experience. It's a great way to, contribute to you putting out your great stuff in the world. So it's fun to be a part of that.
And it's a long time since we were sitting at the coffee shop on Monroe Street studying we were both in a Master of Science of Organization Development program at the same time in 2004?
2004, yes.
Yeah. And so it's fun to be, we've obviously been friends for a long time, but also sharing the professional, what's the word, stage or, learning and
craft. Yeah, kind of learning the craft together. Yeah. And I think what's fun is because you always came more from that coaching side, right? Like in organizational development, you can really be system focused, you can be coaching individual focused. So it's really been fun for us to come together where our two worlds meet, kind of that system piece and the coaching piece, and see how does it all work together. So that's been pretty exciting stuff. Great learning.
So Nancy, I want to thank you for being here today. Kara and Darcy, always great to hang out with you on Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. And for all of you watching, I invite you to consider what might be possible for your team if your team hit the pause button and noticed what came up during team coaching. We love team coaching. We could spend all day talking about team coaching. So if you're curious about what it might look like for your team, don't hesitate to reach out and give us a call. Darcy, anything you want to add there?
I'll just say that if to build on what you're saying, Jill, if you are curious, email us. If you email us at dlcc@darcyloma.com or go on our website, you can get our phone number, you can call, you can ping us on social media to have a conversation. Even if you're curious, like, would this be right for our team based on what you're saying? I'm not sure, maybe not. We do those exploratory calls all the time to help people understand and ask questions and to learn if it might be the right fit. So don't hesitate. Even if you're not certain, that's the perfect time to call and chat with us.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for everybody for joining us for Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. We love you.